And welcome back to today's Partyline Talk Show. If you are just tuning in, my guests for today are Natalie Bova, the new Executive Director of Step by Step Child and Family Center, Alana Atwin, who is Communications. I was going to say public relations, but communications. And Debbie DeLille, who has been for 28 years, then the executive director of Step by Step Child and Family Center from the beginning to now. And so the topic for today is there's a need for a new roof. It is one of those things, and boy, it's a big need. $100,000 for replacement of the roof, and we want to play a part in helping to meet that need. We've already got a donation just from a listener today of $50. So, by all means, anybody listening today to that, be emboldened if you so choose to make a similar donation. I'd be happy to announce it on the air, anonymous or not. But you were talking about the need for fundraising. Debbie, you were talking during the break about a point, which I thought was very good, and I wonder if you could share it.
Well, I was just talking about thinking, in the past, my whole idea about fundraising and how it's tapping out the community and why people are having to fundraise, and I would point it towards, I guess, the powers that be who are getting the funding to fund these programs or these buildings or whatever, and I still think that should be looked at, coordinated, some kind of approach on what's the priorities, and what the needs of the community are in those aspects. But I think I've seen and I've watched over the years, how the community does participate in the fundraising, and you hear some, griping about it and that, but I think it brings community together. Like it just brings community. And if we didn't have anything like that, would we even see each other or talk to each other or be, what would be the topics of what was happening today,
Yeah.
And I mean, we come together in crisis now, and we come together in need.
Yeah.
So I think that's important to acknowledge.
Yeah. I also think, too, the question is that, we could talk about the powers that be and so on. But one of the things that really kind of brings out for me, points out, is that when you start talking about that kind of grassroots sort of fundraising and so on, that's talking about ownership. Mm-hmm. It's like ownership on a community level. That's ours. And that's important to our community. And we don't want to see anything happen so that it doesn't exist anymore. If you look at, and again, I guess in our lifetimes, I'm not talking about Debbie and I, we've seen this community go from where there was almost nothing in the community to look what has come about because people have committed themselves to a vision and put forward a kind of a strength that saw all kinds of things develop and flower in Kahnawake. As you say, you were talking about people coming from other First Nations coming to Kahnawake, and they look around, and it's bewildering to them what we have here, what they don't have, what they don't really even have the capacity to. I know places where they have to do everything from housing to child care to everything on a treaty area, and so now you have maybe 10, 15 communities that have to compete for one small pot. And so they look at and Step by Step has been and continues to be a leader in what is possible in terms of early childhood education, what's been possible in terms of child care, just people look to it.
Grassroots organization.
It's a grassroots organization. Yeah, people come here to learn. I think about
people from outside of the community, non-Aboriginal. That's the majority of who come and express. They
must drool.
Yeah.
That's true. I think about the things, which how many years ago now, that first art project about creation.
At a cultural art museum. It was probably 2009 around, maybe.
That was a phenomenal event. And you look at what could be done involving children. You had children already down to
18 months.
that took part in it. And it was this amazing thing, and it was noted and noticed in the outside media as well. And that's really remarkable. So once again, the Radiothon, we're hoping for, do you have the date yet?
Yes, May 27th, the weekend of May 27th to the 29th.
And so we'll see you, I guess, around that period of time. And if anybody wants to call, if somebody wants to make a donation to the fund for the new roof, I guess who would they call?
They can call Step by Step for now at 450-632-7603. But like I said, we're going to actually do the full radiothon here at the station that weekend. And just to give you a heads up, we're also going to be doing another fundraiser on April 29th at the Services Complex. So we're going to be out with some staff, hopefully some parents helping out, families helping out to raise a little bit of extra at the Service Complex on the April 29th.
Okay. Now, also, you really need volunteers for that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're just kind of in the planning stages, we met once, we're meeting again coming up, and we have to really kind of iron out a schedule of everything that we're going to do. We have a lot of great ideas. And I'm sure that we're probably even going to be able to get more with the amount of creative people that we work with, but we're going to need hands to do it. So, if anybody wants to help out, we don't even know how yet. We know we are going to have people answering the phones and those types of things, but we're going to have things going on outside as well. So we're going to need help, and we're hoping staff and board and our families and community members just to come out. And we've already secured some. We left here that day after the meeting, and the next morning she was on the phone. Natalie was on the phone calling, and can you cook for us? And can we borrow your barbecue? And and I'm already listing down who I'm going to call and come on, and we need people to tell their stories and to tell the community what they're supporting. So and that too, and that's I'm going to be doing that. So if anybody out there, I'm going to go through our list and our stories and try and get those people to come in and talk about what Step by Step did for them. So we can hopefully they'll want to share those stories with the community, and the community can get to know exactly what we do. So if anybody has stories that they want to share, they can contact me as well. They can go to our website, stepxstep.ca, or call 632-7603.
Okay. Natalie, fun words.
We really need the roof. We're counting on you to support us and the services and everything that we do for the children and the families of Kahnawake. Nyawakoa.
Debbie.
I won't be a part of the leadership or the structure of Step by Step at the time, but I'll be here volunteering myself, and I'll always be.
Well, I think a lot of your spirit's always going to be there.
It's always going to be there.
Always going to be there.
And so, everybody that's come through Step by Step their spirit's there.
Yeah. So what's next for Debbie DeLille?
That's a whole other.
We don't have the time.
Another hour.
I think the first time I ever met you was at the old building. And it was. I think we were talking about fundraising, the new building. Remember, we were looking at the plans for the new building and that. So, boy, that takes us back a ways. So, anyways, again, the last thing I would ask Alana is, when you're talking about sort of planning for volunteers and what kind of things will need to take place, are you going to maybe drop by and make an announcement about meetings, get planning sessions, that kind of thing?
Sure.
Yeah, do that.
We already have I think one booked for April.
Yeah.
And we want to we want to get the message out there as in as many ways as we can to kind of, I guess, let everybody know what's going on and help out any way they can.
All right. Listen, I want to thank you guys for coming in, and I look forward to being a part of the Radiothon here since I'm back at K103. Look, it's raining, people. It's raining. As it rains, it's raining on Step by Step Child and Family Center's roof. They need a new roof. Let's come together. Yeah. Okay. That's our program for today. Tomorrow we have our monthly update with the Longhouse, Mohawk Rock Nation Longhouse, located on the 207. We'll tell you who that's going to be tomorrow. Look for me. I usually post it on social media. The news is up next with Brandy Jacobs, and it's 1 o'clock jump after that with Susie. Have yourselves a great day on Ingawahi.